Hello, my friend. Today we have a new story from history. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you are traveling back almost 2,800 years. There are no cars, no phones, and no television. The air is warm, the roads are dusty, and thousands of people are walking toward one special place. Some have traveled for many days. Some have crossed mountains while others have sailed across the sea. Everyone is going to the same destination. But why? What is so important that it can bring so many people together? Today we will discover the amazing story of the very first Olympic Games. Long ago, Greece was not one united country. It was made of many small city-states. Every city had its own leaders, its own soldiers, and its own rules. Sometimes these cities traded with each other, but many times they fought terrible wars. Life was often difficult, and people dreamed of a time when they could live in peace, even if it was only for a short while. There was a beautiful place called Olympia. It was surrounded by green trees and gentle hills. The Greeks believed this place was special. They came there to honor Zeus, the king of the Greek gods. One day, they decided to hold a great festival with sports, music, and celebrations. To make sure everyone could travel safely, the cities agreed to stop fighting before the festival began. This was called the Olympic Truce. For a short time, enemies became peaceful travelers. As the festival grew closer, Olympia became full of life. Merchants arrived with food, clothes, and handmade goods. Musicians played joyful songs. Storytellers shared exciting tales about brave heroes and powerful gods. Families met old friends they had not seen for years. Children laughed and played while the adults waited for the great competition to begin. The festival was much more than sports. It was a celebration of Greek life and culture. The athletes trained for many months. Every morning they ran, jumped, wrestled, and exercised for hours. They knew the competition would be difficult, but they never gave up. They wanted to make their families and their cities proud. Becoming an Olympic champion was one of the greatest honors a person could receive. Today, winners receive gold medals, money, and worldwide fame. But in ancient Greece, there were no medals at all. The champion received a simple crown made from olive leaves. It was not expensive, but it meant something far more valuable. It showed courage, strength, honor, and respect. When the winners returned home, people celebrated them like heroes. The first Olympic Games were much smaller than today's Olympics. There was only one event, a short running race. No swimming, no football, no basketball, just one race. Yet thousands of excited people gathered to watch it. Every eye was fixed on the runners. Every heart beat a little faster. The crowd became silent as the athletes stepped toward the starting line. In just a few moments, one race would begin, and a tradition that would survive for thousands of years would be born. A loud voice broke the silence. It was time for the race to begin. The runners stood side by side, looking straight ahead. Their hearts were beating fast, but their faces stayed calm. Every athlete knew that one small mistake could cost him the victory. Then the signal came. The runners pushed themselves forward as fast as they could. Dust rose from the ground, and the crowd shouted with excitement. Some people called the names of their favorite athletes, while others simply watched in complete surprise. Every second felt longer than the last. The race was short, but it demanded speed, strength, and perfect focus. There were no second chances. The first runner to cross the finish line would become the Olympic champion. Finally, one athlete reached the end before everyone else. The crowd exploded with cheers. His friends lifted him onto their shoulders, and people clapped with joy. He did not receive gold or silver. Instead, he earned something that every Greek admired: honor. His name would be remembered, and when he returned home, he would be welcomed like a hero. As the years passed, the Olympic Games became bigger. New events were added to the festival. Wrestling tested the athletes' strength. Boxing challenged their courage. The long jump required both speed and balance. There was also the discus throw, where athletes tried to throw a heavy stone disc as far as possible. Another exciting event was the javelin throw. Each competition required different skills, but they all had one goal: to discover the very best athlete. One of the most dangerous events was chariot racing. Fast horses pulled light chariots around the track at incredible speed. The crowds loved these races because they were exciting and sometimes very dangerous. A single mistake could send a chariot crashing into another. Winning required not only speed but also great control and bravery. Before every competition, the athletes made an important promise. They stood before the judges and swore that they would compete honestly. Cheating was considered a shameful act. Anyone who broke the rules could be punished and lose the respect of everyone. For the Greeks, true victory was not only about winning. It was also about honor, fairness, and self-control. The Olympic Games continued every 4 years, and each festival attracted more visitors than the one before. Travelers came from many Greek cities, bringing stories, ideas, and traditions with them. Olympia became a place where competition, friendship, and culture met together. But this famous festival would not last forever. After many centuries, a powerful empire changed everything, and one day, the Olympic Games suddenly came to an end. For more than 1,500 years, the world would not see another Olympic Games. What happened, and who brought the Olympics back to life? That is the next part of our story. For hundreds of years, the Olympic Games continued to bring people together. Generation after generation, athletes traveled to Olympia with the same dream: to become champions. But the world was changing. Greece was no longer as powerful as it had once been. Later, the Roman Empire took control of Greece, and many old traditions slowly began to disappear. In the year AD 393, the Roman Emperor Theodosius I decided to end many ancient religious festivals. Because the Olympic Games were connected to the worship of the Greek gods, they were officially stopped. After more than 1,000 years of history, the Games came to an end. Without the festival, Olympia became quiet. The stadium where thousands of people had once cheered was left empty. Wind blew across the old racetrack. Rain fell year after year, and earthquakes damaged many buildings. Slowly, nature covered the ancient city. For centuries, people almost forgot where the first Olympic Games had taken place. More than 1,500 years passed. Then, in the 19th century, archaeologists began digging in Olympia. Under the earth, they discovered ancient temples, statues, and the famous stadium. These discoveries reminded the world of a forgotten tradition that had once united the Greek people. At the same time, a French educator named Pierre de Coubertin believed that sports could help build friendship between nations. He dreamed of bringing the Olympic Games back to life. Many people thought the idea was impossible, but he refused to give up. His dream slowly became a reality. Leaders from different countries supported his plan, and together they prepared for a new beginning. The world was about to witness something that had not happened for more than 15 centuries, the return of the Olympic Games. In 1896, the dream finally came true. The first modern Olympic Games were held in Athens, Greece. About 240 athletes from 14 countries competed in the events. Compared with today's Olympics, the competition was small, but it marked the beginning of a new chapter in history. Every 4 years, the Olympic Games continued to grow. More countries joined. More sports were added. Women were finally allowed to compete, something that had been impossible in the ancient games. Millions of people around the world began watching the Olympics, celebrating not only victory but also respect, teamwork, and peace. Today, the Olympic Games are one of the largest sporting events on Earth. Thousands of athletes spend years preparing for a single chance to compete. Some win medals, while others simply achieve the dream of representing their countries. No matter the result, every athlete becomes part of a tradition that began almost 2,800 years ago in the small town of Olympia. It is amazing to think that one simple running race grew into a global event watched by billions of people. The olive wreath has become a gold medal. The small crowd has become a worldwide audience, but the spirit of the Olympics remains the same: to challenge yourself, respect others, and never stop trying to be your best. History is full of incredible stories like this one. Every great tradition begins with a single moment, a brave idea, or one determined person. The Olympic Games are proof that some stories never truly end. They continue to inspire new generations again and again. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for another journey through history. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep practicing your English. Goodbye, my friend.